Hey guys, what's going on? It's me Nathan. Just want to say good evening, everyone, both East West Coast. If you guys enjoyed your day today here on Monday. Hope you guys are also starting the week off very positive, very bright. And for this video tonight, what I want to talk about is the title match announced for WWE SummerSlam. Sasha Banks captures the Women's Championship, and Brock Lesnar returning to WWE next week on Raw. So let's go right into it. All three are from ringsinews.com, posted by Steve Carroll's website for all three of them for tonight here on the 25th of July 2016 is posted tonight here on Monday after Raw. And it says, for the first one, time match announced for WWE SummerSlam. Finn Balor defeated Roman Reigns to earn a shot to face Seth Rollins for the WWE Universal Championship at the upcoming WWE SummerSlam event. As noted earlier, Brock Lesnar vs. Randy Orton is also confirmed for the event. SummerSlam takes place on the 21st of August of 2016 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Next up, Sasha Banks captures the Women's Championship. Sasha Banks defeated Charlotte to capture the WWE Women's Championship title on tonight's episode of Raw, defeating Charlotte. This is Banks' first time capturing the WWE Women's Championship. She had previously won the NXT Women's Championship while she worked in developmental. And last but not least, Brock Lesnar returned to WWE next week. WWE announced that Brock Lesnar will return to TV on next Monday's Raw from Atlanta. Lesnar will be there to hype his SummerSlam match with Randy Orton. So let's go to the first one. The time match announced for WWE SummerSlam. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. Tonight, there were two qualification matches for to see who would face Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor won the first one in a fatal four-way match. Then Roman Reigns won the second one and the other fatal four-way match. And I have to say this match was pretty good, though I was shocked and surprised that Finn Balor won clean by beating Roman Reigns to face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship. And now that Finn Balor has won, you have to wonder, is WWE going to put the championship on Finn Balor? Since WWE is now doing this whole new era, and now that the draft is over, and now we're gaining Raw and SmackDown brands presenting their talent and matches and storylines, etc. Nothing would surprise me. Excuse me. Though I wouldn't be surprised if Steph won that match against Finn Balor. I wouldn't be surprised also if Finn won too, because I think that WWE sees a lot of potential in Finn Balor, and they see that he can make some noise, being a champion, because he was a former NXT champion a couple years ago. He did lose the title to Samoa Joe, I think, at a house event this year. So with Finn Balor on the main roster now on Raw and going against Seth Rollins, I think that should be a very good match for everyone to witness and see take place at SummerSlam. And hopefully WWE does build this feud up right, and that they give give Finn Balor a chance. As far as Roman Reigns goes, he lost, and it looks as if WWE is now starting to plan this redemption angle for Roman Reigns now that he's going to go through the ringer, go through losses. Though I am skeptical, because I think that deep down the redemption storyline, I don't think it's going to work. I think that more fans are going to boo him regardless. So I think the thing we have to do now is turn him heel. That's just what I think. You have to do, turn Roman Reigns heel and try to try to do it right. Because if they don't, then the fans are really gonna boo Roman, and they're not gonna let him off the hook. So I would just turn him heel at this point. And if he does that by spearing Finn Balor and costing Finn Balor the match against Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship, then I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. I wouldn't mind that at all. At least it shows that Roman is frustrated, he's fed up, he's had it, and that he's ready to prove and show that he's ready to get back to the top. Okay, the next one we have Sasha Banks capturing the Women's Championship. Now this one shocked and surprised me. I had thought that they were going to do this at SummerSlam when Sasha Banks will go up against Charlotte. for the women's championship. But no, they decided to do it tonight on Raw, and I think that was the right thing you have to do because the thing that they did was they did this match instead of doing a SummerSlam. Sasha Banks beat Charlotte, and now everybody is talking about it. And I think that it's time that Sasha Banks becomes the leader and the top dog in the women's division for the women's championship. She deserves it. She earns it. And I think that Sasha Banks is a great character on WWE, and I do enjoy Sasha Banks' performances in the ring. Um, but now that Sasha Banks is a champion, what's gonna happen now? Are they gonna do a rematch next week on Raw, and Charlotte's gonna take the title back from Sasha? I don't think they would, but I think what would be the appropriate way to do it is have Sasha Banks defend championship at SummerSlam against Charlotte and Dana Brooke in triple threat match. That way, you will have both Charlotte and Dana Brooke trying to get back the championship, so that it could stay in the stay between either Charlotte and Dana Brooke. But at the same time, that will also create some tension between both Charlotte and Dana Brooke at the same time. So, and that would lead Sasha Banks to get the advantage and win to retain the championship. That way, you have tension between both Charlotte and Dana Brooke, which would lead to a match at Clash of the Clash of the Champions in September. So, that's what I see. That's what I can see happen. But if not, if we do a different way, decide to do the rematch between Charlotte and Sasha Banks again, I wouldn't mind that. But I think you would have to have Sasha retain the women's championship. But congrats goes out to Sasha Banks for retaining, not retaining, but gaining the women's championship. And I hope that we get a long reign of Sasha Banks as women's champion. And last but not least, we have Brock Lesnar returning to the WWE next week on Raw. WWE announced that Brock Lesnar will return to TV on next Monday's Raw from Atlanta. Lesnar will be there to hype his SummerSlam match with Randy Orton. I'm glad that Brock's going to return next week on Raw, but I think the problem is you don't have Paul Heyman hyping this up, and I think it's unfortunate because I heard that Paul Heyman's contract with WWE expired a couple weeks ago over the weekend. So, I mean, is Brock going to speak on the mic? Or is he going to get interviewed? I mean, I don't think you should be speaking on the mic because, he really doesn't have to say anything. You just have to have someone say the things for him and hype up the match as well. And Paul Heyman was good at doing that. I mean, yes, some of the things he said may have been repetitive, but he always made sure that Heyman always made sure that you were able to get the message and that you were able to never forget it. And the question is, are we going to see Randy Orton make a surprise appearance and possibly RKO Brock Lesnar out of nowhere? I mean, it's possible. Though, unless, the rules of the draft are that no superstar can appear on either show, whether the superstars on Raw, he or she can't appear on SmackDown, and the person's on SmackDown, he or she cannot appear on Raw, something like that. But, I think that hopefully WWE, really, comes up with a good plan to promote this now that Brock Lesnar returning next week. I'm glad that Brock is going to be there, though I know that there's a lot of controversy surrounding him right now with the drug test failures that's been revealed, and Randy Orton taking a cheap shot at Brock Lesnar when it comes to the failed drug test. So but I think that overall Monday Night Raw was a pretty good show. The question is, can they hold on to this, and can they continue to keep up the momentum? I think they can, though. There are times where I think when we've seen before in the past, whenever WWE is coming off of a huge pay-per-view or a network special, they're good for one. They're very good. They're awesome for one night, 1 week, and the next week they fall off the wagon. But who knows? I mean, I think that they will keep up this momentum, and they have to because WWE just had the draft, and they're also trying to make some noise and do things differently. So I have to commend and give the WWE props and kudos for doing that, and we'll see how much all this moving forward. But tell me, console guys, think about this. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you more neutral about the time match announced for WWE SummerSlam? Sasha Banks capturing the Women's Championship and Brock Lesnar returning to the WWE next week on Monday Night Raw. And so, tell me in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget always subscribe to the channel, guys. And until next time, we're saying peace. Take care. I will see you guys there for something coming up later on this afternoon, check tomorrow, or in a couple of minutes. So stay tuned. So until next time, take care, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys there for something coming up tomorrow. So see you guys tomorrow.